The Lost Army of Cambyses, 50,000 men who vanished. Imagine leading an army of 50,000 soldiers into a vast desert. An army equipped with weapons, supplies, and years of military experience. Now imagine that army completely disappearing. No survivors. No bodies. No answers. As if the desert simply swallowed them whole. Before we begin, don't forget to like and subscribe for more fascinating history stories. This is the mystery of the Lost Army of Cambyses, one of the strangest disappearances in human history. Our story begins more than 2,500 years ago. The Persian Empire was rising. It was becoming one of the most powerful empires the world had ever seen. Its ruler, King Cambyses II, was determined to expand his control even further. In 525 BC, Cambyses launched a massive invasion of Egypt. The campaign was successful. Egypt fell under Persian rule. For most kings, that victory would have been enough. But Cambyses wanted more. Far to the west, deep within the Egyptian desert, stood the famous Oracle of Amun. The oracle was located at the oasis of Siwa. It was one of the most respected religious sites in the ancient world. People traveled great distances to seek its wisdom. But according to ancient accounts, the priests of the oracle refused to recognize Cambyses as Egypt's rightful ruler. For the Persian king, this was an insult, and he was not willing to ignore it. Cambyses ordered an army of 50,000 men to march across the desert and destroy the oracle. It seemed like a straightforward mission. The soldiers left Egypt and headed west. At first, everything appeared normal. The army reached an oasis and rested. Then they continued deeper into the desert. According to the ancient Greek historian Herodotus, the army disappeared somewhere in the vast sands of the Sahara. As the soldiers marched, a powerful windstorm struck. The sky darkened. The winds grew stronger. Massive waves of sand swept across the landscape. Then the army vanished. 50,000 men, buried beneath the desert. At least, that is the story Herodotus recorded. For centuries, people accepted this explanation. But many historians began asking questions. Could an entire army really disappear because of a sandstorm? Wouldn't someone have survived? Wouldn't there be evidence? Wouldn't archaeologists have found something by now? The mystery only grew deeper. Over the centuries, explorers searched the desert for clues. Many believed the remains of the army were still hidden somewhere beneath the sands. Some claimed to have found weapons. Others reported discovering bones. But none of the discoveries provided definitive proof. The lost army remained lost. Then came a surprising theory. What if the army was never buried by a sandstorm at all? Some researchers suggested the soldiers may have been attacked. The desert was not empty. Various tribes lived in the region. Perhaps the army walked into an ambush. Perhaps they were defeated and scattered. Perhaps the story of a giant sandstorm was created later to explain the disaster. It was a fascinating possibility. Yet there was still no solid evidence. The mystery continued. Then, in modern times, several expeditions attempted to solve the puzzle once and for all. Teams used satellite imagery. Archaeologists explored remote desert regions. Researchers searched for ancient campsites and military equipment. Each new discovery generated excitement. Could this finally be the lost army? Could the mystery be over? But every time, the evidence remained inconclusive. The answers always seemed just out of reach. That is what makes this story so fascinating. Most historical mysteries eventually reveal their secrets. This one refuses to do so. More than 2,000 years later, nobody knows exactly what happened. Was the army destroyed by a massive natural disaster? Did a deadly sandstorm bury thousands of soldiers? Were they ambushed by enemies hiding in the desert? Or did something else happen entirely? The truth may still be waiting beneath the sands of Egypt. Perhaps somewhere in the endless desert lies a forgotten battlefield. Perhaps buried weapons still rest beneath the dunes. Perhaps the remains of 50,000 soldiers are waiting to be discovered. And if they are found, one of history's greatest mysteries may finally be solved. But until that day comes, the lost army of Cambyses remains exactly what it has been for more than 25 centuries. A mystery, a legend, and one of the most astonishing disappearances in human history. History is filled with lost cities, forgotten kings, and vanished treasures. But few stories are as haunting as 50,000 men marching into the desert and never returning. So what do you think happened to the lost army? Was it a sandstorm, an ambush, or something we still haven't discovered? Let me know in the comments. And remember, sometimes the greatest mysteries are not the